Hello everyone and welcome to round number 3 of the WWRL Championship. We are here for Shanghai for round number 3 of this championship. The Chinese Grand Prix is the host and it is raining. It is intermediate conditions, it looks like on my screen. Yeah, we see the Mercedes coming out on those green tyres. If the first two races are anything to live by, this race should be an absolute cracker. Bahrain was so enjoyable for me to watch that I actually lost my voice countless amount of times. Hopefully, I actually have a voice by the end of this recording, because I might need it. But yeah, China, a track known for being very technical, especially the second sector, which you see Smeltina coming through right now. Turn 7 is very tricky to get right on this game. Apparently, loads drivers are having lots of difficulties with the understeer and oversteer, and there's already a yellow flag somewhere. We're going to go on board with Mantis for a lap around this 5.5 kilometer 16 turn circuit. Braking into turn 1, it's very tricky to get this corner right, especially in these mixed conditions. You need to hug the apex at turn 1, same with turn 2, actually he decides against that. Shifting quickly up into 3rd, and then on the exit 4th, 5th, 6th, up to 7th for turn 6 now. Braking it after just before the 100 meter board, I would assume, in the rain. Clipping the curb on entry, on up towards the tricky left-hander of turn 7. And there's a tight sequence of corners, 8, 9 and 10, very easy to get wrong. Let's see how Mantis braves it. Into turn 9 we go now, 3rd gear. He takes it. Getting on the curb a little bit on an exit of turn 9 there, and same with turn 10. But that's okay. Now into the tricky turn 11. A very precise braking point as Davey sets the timing boards. Sportino's retired from the session. Not really sure what's happened there. Oh no, he's lost it clearly on the exit of turn 14 there. Or 13, I should say. So that's the Mercedes out of qualifying, but as we see Mantis now braking into turn 40. Oh, he's got that horribly wrong, I thought. Maybe not. Sasso is currently on provisional pole with a 1:44.6. Mantis comes into the final corner now, very tricky to get right and possibly to get a corner cutting warning, but he crosses the line and he goes quickest by 1/10 of a second. Satoshi, we haven't really seen much of him in this league so far. He didn't attend Bahrain, and he's here in China in the wet conditions, and he's put his Sauber car on pole. Oh dear, Panda Cruiser, Sven has lost it somewhere. He's in the gravel trap. I don't know where he is, and he's I don't know what this tactic is for the Red Bull driver. I think he's going to come back and I think it might be on the exit of turn 3 actually. I don't really get what he's doing. I think he's just trying to get his front wing off as quickly as possible, to be honest. Oh no, it's not, because the drivers are coming. What is Sven doing? Oh no, it's the exit of turn 1. That's where Sven's lost it. Oh no, he's called it a day. He's gonna start no higher than 14th. That's very disappointing for the man who came 5th place in Bahrain. He joins Smeltina at the back. Light Cruiser puts himself on the second row of the grid, but what about Mantis now? Mantis is coming round the final corner to complete his second flying lap. Goes wide, goes onto the AstroTurf on the exit of turn 16, crosses the line to go. Did he actually go 1,000 slower than his previous best? That is incredibly close. I mean, it's the closest you can get in Formula 1 to... Wow. That must be really annoying for him, because he looked like he was going for a good lap there, and he stays 5th fastest. Eli puts himself on that 4th spot with a 1:44.2. Very good lap time from the Haas. It's had some really bad luck in the 2 races so far. Qualified quite well in Bahrain, and got caught up in the incident with Safso that ultimately led to the Toro Rosso's retirement at the very start of the Grand Prix. He'll be looking to make amends for looking at the track, and it looks like it's dried out quite substantially. There's two Ferraris. Oh, and there's Safto with a 1:43.7. He sixes Toro Rosso on pole. Only 300ths quicker than the Sauber. But yeah, he just reinforces my statement that the track is drying. And times might start to tumble. So the driver, it looks like Mantis, who's leaving it very late indeed. If he gets a lap, if he nails a lap, he could be putting his Ferrari on pole. Oh, and that's saying it to Halo. He has lost it, as Mantis was unable to start his lap. That is so disappointing for Mantis, who was looking to improve. But he can't do that now. What about Jan Vostiker? Jan Vostiker's, look at that, he's 7/10 up on his previous best. And this will put him way out on pole position. Coming up towards the line now. Last corner, he's going to nail this. And he's done that. Oh, that's a brilliant line to that corner. Goes a little bit wide on exit, but up towards the line. Jan Vostiker, 1:42.9. 1.2 seconds quicker than his previous best, as Lazzaro's done for qualifying. What about Light Cruiser? Light Cruiser's not done. What can the Renault say? Up towards the line now. He goes 6th fastest. Not a bad lap time from Light Cruiser. As the formation lap gets underway, all drivers in their respective positions. Jan Voska leads away the pack. Oh, it's a bit of a lag spike, but leads away the pack for the first time in WWRL. Was he only qualified in second place in the Australian Grand Prix? That was Lazzaro, who qualified on pole, but he's leading the way. And look at the tyres. I've just realised we have a difference in tyres between definitely the top two. If we get the menu up here, we can see the tyres. So everyone, bar Safso and Say No to Halo in the Red Bull, are on the soft tyres. And I assume they'll be doing the one-stop strategy from soft to the mediums. Safso, though, I don't know. He's been disqualified from the formation lap. Here we go then. All drivers lining up to the grid. That's Jasper in his Mercedes to be the last one to form into his grid spot in 16th place. And he does so now. And we're going to head now to the 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go. What a start from Safso. He's already side by side with the Williams into turn 1 we go. That looks like the Force India ahead of the Sauber. Oh, there's loads of cars off in the distance. That looks like a Toro Rosso off. Williams of Jan Vossica being squeezed out by Lazzaro in the Force India, but it's Safso that takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Oh no, Jan Vossica's having some lag issues. Serious lag issues for the Williams driver. He's down in 8th place. That's crazy. Also was taking him in the Ferrari. As the Red Bull there, off into the distance. I think he's gone to the gravel somewhat. I think that might have been Panda Cruiser down in 16th place. That's Milken. That's the two Haas cars going wheel to wheel into turn 7 and turn 8. The Haas of Milk round the outside. He's got the inside line for turn 9 and he's got the move done. I say yes, he has. That's so everyone's going wide on the exit of turn 10. It's absolute crazy stuff. As that's a Mercedes off into the distance. Oh no! No! Adams lost it. Oh dear me. He's stranded in the middle of the circuit. Is he out? I don't know, but there's loads of battles going on onto the back straight. We go for the first time. That is a Mercedes all the way off into the distance there. And these two crazy yachts now under pressure from the Red Bull. Orseno to Halo, who's on this inside line into turn 14. We go now, and that's a McLaren of Hettis Davy round the outside of the Ferrari. The Ferrari's lost 2 positions in one go. As lap 1 ends now, and that could be the I think the Haas is going inside, but no, it's Jan Vossica actually, who's there side by side with Eli into turn 1 we go now. It's very, very close racing. Jan with the outside line. which will actually turn to the inside line for turn 2. The Haas driver sees better of it, but he could be trying the switchback into turn 3. No, Eli backs out of it and gets over the curb. That's insane nose to Halo, sticking his nose down the inside of the Haas driver. I mean, they're going wheel to wheel fighting into turn 7. The Red Bull with the quicker tyres of the Ultra Soft compared to the soft of the Haas driver. Eli is trying to keep him around the outside, which turns the inside for turn 9. And I think he's actually got the move stuck. Maybe, has he? Not really best camera angles. We're going to stick on board with him. And no, the Red Bull driver with better traction. But Eli's going to fight him back, is he? No. Oh, here there's a Ferrari sticking his nose up the outside of Crazy Yoss. That's one way to get the Haas driver's attention. Sliding down the inside into turn 12 it was. As now we're going to go board with Haas driver, who looks like he's got the better slipstream, is he? I don't know, it looks like pretty similar aero setups, as I think he's got the inside line for this corner. Yes, he does, but it's a matter of can he make the move stick. Crazy Yoss does the inside line for turn 16, and he stays ahead but runs wide. And this could be Eli's opportunity to pounce on the Ferrari driver. Ferrari driver going extremely defensive into turn 1. Haas driver with a very eventful start. He's trying to keep it round the outside of the Ferrari. And he might have this. Oh, the Ferrari squeezes him out to dry there. Alonso Vettel style in the real life Grand Prix. The Haas still has his nose in there, but I think he's given up. Here's a move then for 3rd place. I think that's Milk on the inside of Ruben. He's well ahead before they even get into the braking zone. Ruben backs out of it. And that's the Haas driver into 3rd place. I think that might be Jan Vosika challenging. Yes, Jan Vosika has got past Satoshi in the Sauber. He's up into 5th place after a dreadful start. He's making the gains. And oh no, that is Milk lagging all over the place. Ruben's now sending it up the inside into turn 1. Side by side again. We've seen so many battles side by side between the two drivers. Milk has the inside line for turn 2. It will turn to the outside as it is the inside for turn 3. But Ruben with better traction round the outside he goes. And I think he's got the move stuck. But here comes Milk down the inside into turn 6. A switchback move for the Haas driver. He's messed up in that corner a little bit, and Jan Vosika is ready to pounce in his Williams. Is he going to try it around the... Oh my, that was very close. It's a 4-way train here forming between the Renault of Ruben, the Haas of Milk, Jan Vosika in the Williams, and Satoshi is not too far behind either. Here we go for round 2 here, and that is Milk, getting past Ruben. Here comes Jan Vosika round the outside. Oh, it's very close. I think he might have got very close. That's a bit of front wing off. Is that off Jan Vosika? I think it might have been. He might have outbroke himself into turn 14. Milk's having more connection issues. He's lost a place to Ruben, but he's right on the tail of the black and yellow Renault driver as he's gone wide into turn 1. I could invite Jan Vosika to take a look at both of them. Surely not. For the Williams round the outside in turn 2. No. This is a great battle between all 4 drivers. Oh, and that's Senator Halo getting all out of shape at turn 11 there. And that is gifted Eli a place back up into 7th. And whilst I was covering that, I think that's Jan and Ruben swapping places. Jan is back up into the podium places. Ruben has to concede, but for how much longer? He's the one with the DRS. Slipstream down towards turn 1. He's going to take the inside line. Goes Ruben. Down the inside he goes. He'll have a better line. And Milk's, look at him in the rear mirror. As Jan locks up into turn 11. That could invite Milk to have a move. And Jan's gone wide at turn 12. A very poor line from him. Maybe from Ruben as well. Ruben still... no, he wasn't able to pull a gap on Jan despite his error. And Jan's the one with DRS, so is Milk. Sochi not too far behind either, but Milk is the one sending up the inside. No, it's not, it's Jan! Jan's making the move, that's how you link. That's a link and stamp move, as Ruben's getting pushed off the track there. And Milk has took full advantage of that, and he's up into 3rd place now. Here we go for another round of this four-way battle. It's actually a three-way battle, as I think that's Ruben down the inside of Jan. Pretty unsurprising move. Oh, there's contact between the rear of the Renault and the front end of the Williams. That could be more front-wing damage to Jan Vosika. Surely not, but I think he might be having another go here. Again, the back straight leading onto the front straight, or the main straight I should say. Jan's going to send it up the inside, even despite Ruben cutting him off there, and that's more aggressive moves from the Williams driver, who's really eager to get past his good friend of his. And oh my god, that's a set up the inside. That's very audacious from the Williams driver. He can't make the move stick, and that's Eli and Eli and Satoshi going wheel to wheel into turn 6. He gets very close to the rear end of the Williams. Actually touches the rear end of the Williams, but Eli is actually up into 6th place. The amount of stamps Jan's been licking and unsuccessfully sending is the numbers are racking up for him right now. He'd be looking to get past Ruben on this straight here. Now it's back to 4. It's 5-way actually. Mantas has joined onto this queue. Welcome Ferrari, welcome. And look at this then. I think this could be a move for Jan Vosika. This could be quite a few moves here. Eli is side by side with Satoshi lets Mantas through. This is an awful camera angle. Please get off this FOM. And there's contact, I think. Don't know who's made contact. Eli is up into 5th place. Don't know. Jan's down into 6th. And they're going side by side. It could be... Nah, it's not 3 wide. That's a bit over audacious for me. Looking at the camera angles there. And Eli lets the Williams through. What about Mantas? Could he be starting on a move? There's contact, I think, between them two. Or was I just looking at some... I don't know. It's very close racing. 5 cars within a couple of meters there, and that's Jan getting all out of shape at turn 3. Lucky to not slide off into the wall. Mantas is now trying a move round the outside of Eli, and has he made the move stick? I think he has. Inside line for turn 7. Good move from the Ferrari. Here we go then. Jan with DRS on the back straight. Sure, this will be a move. Here comes Mantas though. Sure, Mantas is going to set up the inside of both of them. Locks up incredibly, and he goes a bit wide, and that's going to cost him the 2 positions he thought he gained. And Eli's all over the tail of Ferrari now. 4-way train now. Satoshi is there. Oh no, Satoshi's lost it, I think. He might have had contact of some sort. He's going to now come into the pits. As that's Light Cruise and Jan going side by side again. We've seen this countless amount of times. As that's Jan going wide. Oh, Jan's lost it. He went too wide and did almost replicate what Charles Leclerc did in the real life Grand Prix. He's got Smaltino side by side with him. Mantas and Eli have been swapping positions. Ruben back up into P4. This is becoming some deja vu. Ruben, instead of the Williams trying to go down the inside of Ruben, it's a Ferrari, and that could be Eli sizing his opportunity. Down the inside goes a Haas. Has he made up 2 places in one corner? Not quite. Mantas gets a better traction there. Very good move from the Ferraris to keep ahead of the Haas driver, but Ruben's lost 2 positions. Oh, and that's Jasper. Definitely, that's a very aggressive move from Jasper there. I wonder if he sustained any front wing damage there. Interesting to see. I think Eli could be shaping up a move on the Ferrari driver. He was unsuccessful last time. What about this time? Mantas goes very aggressive. A very late move from the Ferrari driver. Haas has to try and go round the outside, and is unsuccessful again, but that was very late moving from the Ferrari driver. I wonder how the stewards will deem that. As Sasso, the race leader, we've seen barely any action from him. He's on ultra soft tyres, remember, and he's pitting onto the soft tyres. He's trying the one-stop. Very, very audacious, but I really like this. Saf is risking it for a chocolate biscuit, or in this case, risking it for his first... This will be his first ever race win in the history of WWRL, also known as the Afro League. He's never ever won a race. I'm witnessing some deja vu here or something. Eli's trying again on Mantas. This time it looks like it's going to be a bit of an easy move compared to the other ones he's been making. Down the inside it goes. I think it looks like The Ferrari might have burnt the best out of his tyres. Lazzaro and Milk definitely have. They're diving into the pit lane. I think both of them are. No, they're not. That's a very strange incident there. What's happened there? Mantis is in. I think he might have. There might have been some sort of lag or something, but he's behind Jan. He's behind Smoltino as well. Oh dear. Mantis looking so good then. And he might have thrown it all away by a little bit of a mistake there. Where's Ruben? Ruben's going to come around the final corner. He's battling away with Say No to Halo, who's already made a pit stop. As he's come down the main straight now, there is Smoltino and Jan Vosnica. So he's behind them. He was behind before the pit stops, and he's going to send it down the inside of the Oh no, that's Smoltino going wide on his fresh cold tyres. And Light Cruiser swoops down his inside. It could be taking Jan as well, and he has. Wow, that's a good move from Ruben there, taking 3 cars in technically 3 corners. Well played. Smoltino and the Red Bull side by side into turn 11. Red Bull has to back out of it. It's not as quick, it doesn't seem. It's not as quick as these drivers. And Mantis is now down the inside of him. Oh, and the Red Bull squeezed him off there. They're going side by side. No, it's not. I think it's the Red Bull who could be challenging Smoltino into turn 14. He's got great straight line speed. Smoltino's going to hang it down the inside, is he? The Finnish and the Dutch drivers going wheel to wheel. This is for legitimate position. Both have made pit stops. As into the final corner we go. Now we've got a great on board from Man to see this action. It looks like Smoltino could dispatch of the Red Bull driver very soon. As Crazy Os dives his Ferrari into the pit lane. Smoltino has the inside line for turn 1. Red Bull driver getting squeezed out. Could Mantis be having his say on things? Down the inside of both of them. Oh, that was very audacious from Mantis. But I think, yeah, it's got past the Red Bull. So Red Bull losing 2 positions in 2 corners, unfortunately. That's just how the could crumble sometime. There's battling all over the shop. That's Eli, who's behind both Jan and Ruben. Who that's right, Jan again. Jan seems to be carrying so much speed going through turn 7. So much speed that it looks like every single time. It looks like he could be smashing into the back of Ruben and ending both of their races. Here we go then. More deja vu inbound as Jan is so close. He's getting closer and closer and closer, and Ruben has to slice the door, and Jan Vosnica goes wide. Oh, he's locked up. He's messed up the corner, and that's a position lost to Eli. Could it be Smoltino? No. That's one small mistake for Jan, and he's ended up losing place to the Haas driver. As that's Panda Cruiser coming out of the pits there. He's he's side by side with Jasper in the Mercedes. Sven on the colder tyres. Jasper on much hotter tyres. They're up to temperature. Sven's isn't, and Mantis is now diving it down the inside. No, he didn't get the best traction on the inside on the curb. Oh, here we go. We could be seeing a move for the lead. Lazzaro sends it up the inside of Safso. That's how you lick the stamp and send it. Unbelievable move. Safso's been squeezed out there, and he's down in 3rd. He's lost 2 minutes. Milk's all over the back of Lazzaro now. This is a 3-way battle now for the lead of the Grand Prix. That's Milk sending it around the outside. Is it 3 wide? No. Safso has a great front row seat for this battle. Round the outside goes Milk. Safso clips Lazzaro. Oh no! Contact between the 2 British drivers as Milk takes the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. That was unexpected. Smoltino's now sending up the inside. Oh, that's a bit aggressive if I had to say so for myself. Eli gets squeezed out there, and he's down into 6th place. Mantis now ahead of Jan, who might have some front wing damage, might be struggling. Here we go then. This is Smoltino's turn to pounce. Eli's turn to pounce. No, it's Smoltino's turn to pounce round the outside. Oh, there's contact! I don't know who's lost in front wing. Is it Jasper? I might have been. Yeah, I think Jasper's lost a bit of front wing end plate there. But without seeing that, he's still diving on the inside of his Dutch compatriot. Ruben gets forced out. That's Haas of Eli again pressurising the Renault. He must be sick of that yellow and black car ahead of him, and he could be under pressure from the Ferrari of Mantis now, who's having his say on things. Down the inside he goes on the Haas driver, and the Haas driver going to try the switchback. No, again. Lazzaro's lost a bit of touch to Milk in the lead, and this could be Sasso going down the inside on the back straight, the wheel to wheel. Who's going to break the latest? It looks like the Toro Rosso has the inside line, and he takes second place back from Lazzaro. As well as there's more battling going on. Mantis is through on Ruben as well. Is Eli going to have a say on things? Yeah, brakes late as he wanted to, but it's not late enough. Oh, that Jan completely out of the blue there. Threw me off there. I just saw a Williams front wing just there. Just planted there next to the Haas driver. And he's behind them for now, but for how much longer? Both with DRS. Both with slipstream from the cars ahead of them. But, you know, Jan is being very aggressive in this race. Could be seeing a move. Oh, there's contact. Again, Jan causing contact by just being a little bit too aggressive, in my opinion. Eli down in 7th now. Ruben down in 6th. Like Eli coming on under sort of pressure from Jan, but he's putting a lot of pressure equally on the Renault of Light Cruiser. Is he going to make a move stick down the inside? His late braking maneuver from the Haas driver. Ruben doesn't give up on the fight. And that could be, now Jan's still in there. The Haas, this is great battling. Panda Cruiser is having a great front row seat for this view, as Jan is now pressurising the back of Haas. But the Eli breaks later into turn 1, but Jan could be sending it down the inside. Eli's going to be wary of the Williams making a move again. Is this Panda Cruiser? Oh dear, Panda Cruiser's making his move. Is Sven? Eli's gone off. Oh, Eli made a little bit of a mistake there. Jan's gone off the track. We need to keep it clean, as clean as possible, boys. Eli? Okay. That was very audacious. Jan's lost a load of time there. Eli, by making a little bit of a mistake, makes up for it. He's back in 8th. Panda Cruiser, though, gaining 2 positions. Panda Cruiser against Light Cruiser. The cruising, he's just cruised past, no pun intended, the Renault of Light Cruiser. And the Renault has to concede to his fellow cruiser. Sven up into P6 as Ruben dives it into the pits here. A 2-stop is very audacious, especially starting on the soft tyres. He must have burnt out his mediums quite substantially here. He pitted around lap 10. So he must have had some awful luck on those. Oh, he's pitting for a new front wing. Yes, I thought there was some damage to a car from an end plate. It's for the Renault. His fellow cruiser is having to defend from Eli in the Haas driver. He's looking to make amend after he couldn't get past Light Cruiser. Can he get past Panda Cruiser into turn 14? Yes, he can. And that's Lazzaro coming into the pits there. Now this is very oh, he's got to be honest, he's got quite a good gap to Mantis. He'll come out behind the Ferrari. This could be a late surge from the Force India driver. It's going to be interesting to see where he comes out. He could be safe to Eli in 6th place. I think he is. He comes out in 5th. On the ultra soft tyres, this could be fastest lap, and he could be able to snatch P3 back again. And speaking of Lazzaro, he's down the inside of Smoltino. He looks up though, and he goes wide, but with an extra traction, extra grip, better tyres. The battle for the lead of the race might have just recommenced here. Safso has been gaining time on Milk for the past couple of laps, and this could be his time to shine. 5/10 the difference, but with DRS and ERS and the slipstream, can Safso challenge into turn 14? He's gonna go for it. Oh, there's contact! Safso's pushed him off, and that's shocking to see. Oh, they look like it could be a really good battle for the end of the race, but then Safso's bluffed it. Thankfully with little, if any, damage to either, as that's Lazzaro on the inside of Mantis. No real point fighting. Oh no, Safso's lost a bit of his end plate. on his front wing. That could be very pivotal in the battle for second place. I never thought I'd be saying this with 3 laps to go, with Lazzaro pitting a couple of laps to go. Lazzaro's going to be gaining on him like a hare on a tortoise. Sasso's going to get incredibly slow. He's lost 12 seconds to Milk in these past couple of laps. Lazzaro's going to be gaining on him so much. The gap is just over 2 seconds. Sasso will be praying to the Chinese gods, asking for a miracle out of something to keep Lazzaro behind. It looks very unlikely. 1 lap to go. Milk is going to start his final lap. Milk has never ever won a race in the WWRL season at all. He's had a few podiums in his career, but never stood on the top step of the podium. I wonder how awesome it is going to feel for him in a lap's time. 16 seconds clear, no challenge whatsoever. He can just guide the car home, and he will be set for his first ever win. Sasso, though, is 1.3 seconds ahead of Lazzaro. Lazzaro can see him. Look how far he breaks into the turn 6 compared to Sasso. And look, he's going to struggle so much into these fast corners compared to the first. Look how much he's gaining. Oh, it's very close between the Toro Rosso and the Force India. I think the Force India could be standing on the inside here. No, not quite there just yet. Sasso going to defend for his life, like his life depends on it. Round the outside, Lazzaro can't make the move stick just yet. Into turn 12 and onto the back straight now. Sasso's got to nail this exit, otherwise he could be facing third place right in front of his eyes. Oh, it's very close. Lazzaro has the DRS incoming. The ERS got much more compared to Sasso. Actually, Sasso's got incredibly a load more. They're going to go side by side in turn, and Sasso thinks better of it. As Milk have completely missed him. Congratulations, Milk. He is your winner for the Chinese Grand Prix. It's going to be Lazzaro coming home. Just takes. Oh, is it? Is Sasso going to have the final say? No. Lazzaro takes the runners-up spot, just ahead of Sasso. Mantis, fair play to him in 4th place. Jasper takes 5th place. 11 positions gained. Great result for him. Eli or Thomas in 6th place. A really good race for him. He had a lot of battles, but I wonder if he'll be feeling disappointed knowing where Mantis came and where Miltino came compared to him. Panda Cruiser in 7th. Good race for him in the Red Bull, gaining 8 positions. Satoshi, pretty disappointing, but he's at least on the scoreboard. Bascadino in 9th place, and Crazy Yoss will complete your top 10. I thought Bahrain was good, but this might have just took the cake. And I can't wait for Azerbaijan. Holy moly. There is your race winner then. The Haas team will collect their trophy. Milk, the Dutchman, takes his first ever win. Lazzaro 2nd, and Sasso in 3rd. So it's a double British podium, but not in the way Sasso would have wanted it to be. Milk is the winner for the Chinese Grand Prix. I'm going to start off with you, Saf. That was your first. Is that your first ever podium? In F1, at least.
Yeah,
I think so.
Well, how does it feel to be in the podium? I mean, it could have been first, it could have been second, but you ended up with 3rd. Are you disappointed or happy?
Both, really. Happy to be on the podium, but obviously disappointed not to get that win. So.
Yeah, I mean, you did look in control in the first stint. You started on the ultras, then went on to the softs. Was that planned before the race?
Yeah, that was planned.
Talk us through that incident with Joris. It looked pretty weird, to say the least.
Yeah, I'd imagine. So basically, I was catching him as I was, obviously getting more used to, etc., etc. And then obviously I had DRS on the straight, coming down to the hairpin, and I broke directly behind him because I didn't think I'd get anywhere near him, and then as I saw I wasn't going to make it, as in I'd hit him from behind, I tried to move to the inside and try and avoid him, and obviously he wasn't expecting me, because, you know, he wouldn't expect me there. And yeah, just complete misunderstanding, because my car was not stopping at all, so yeah.
And yeah, that must have sucked. But how did you sustain the front wing damage? I was on board with you, and then yeah, just lost a load of empire.
Because after the incident, obviously I was 2 seconds back at that point, and I wanted the win really bad, obviously, and pushed just a little too hard, got on the throttle a little too early, and went into the wall.
Yeah, that cost you second place. Still, third place is not bad, especially after Bahrain when you got LKO'd.
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
No, I don't think Alfie wants to talk about Bahrain either. Moving on to Latsera then, that was the first time you finished a race this season after the disappointment of Australia where you qualified on pole, Bahrain when you qualified second, and well, you actually qualified lower than both of them, but you managed to finish the race in second place. Talk me through that, please.
Well, I was doing well. I was keeping up with Saf at the start, who was on the softs, and I was on the softs, so I was happy with keeping it good, like within 4 seconds. And towards the end of the first stint, his tyres were overheating, so I caught up. But meanwhile, Milk was catching up to us, and he got within like 3 seconds of me. So when I pitted, he held me up in the pit stop, so I lost time there, about 1 second to him, and just went from there. I caught Saf up, overtook him for first, and on the next straight, Milk overtook me for first, and then a few laps later or something, Saf re-overtook me, so I saw that I had like an 18-second gap to Mantis, so I decided to pit in for the Ultra Softs, and around the same time Saf had this incident where he lost his end plates, so yeah, I set the fastest of that, which was soon beaten by Jan's lap, but I managed to catch up to him in the final lap, and yeah, it was a close finish, like 1/10 between me and him, but yeah, I'm happy with second after that.
Now that was very detailed race rundown from you. So one final question: how does it feel to score points again?
It feels pretty good.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it then for round 3 of the WWRL League here on F1 2018 from Shanghai in China. We hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed watching the race. Next week is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Baku, and we'll hope to see you then. Thank you very much.